Hi guys, Coach Mare here, and I am doing an unboxing today for a great small business that's trying to get some footing with a very unique crowd. If you like charcuterie and you like and play a lot of pickleball, and maybe you need to bring charcuterie to the pickleball event, what could there possibly be to help you out? Well, you can get a DinkCraft gift. And this American company, which I have to say I support that because it's so great when you talk to someone and you're like, hey, where are you at? And they're like, oh, I'm on the East Coast. And, you know, it's a fantastic thing that they did. I will mention they have knockoffs out there. So if you go on Amazon and you see something that looks like it, but it's cheaper, that's not DinkCraft. Look for the name of the company. It's worth it. Trust me. They do charcuterie boards, grazing boards, if you will, that are in the shape of, you guessed it just by looking at this box. Pickleball people know what comes in boxes like this, paddles. But this is not your typical paddle. This is a charcuterie board shaped like a paddle. Mine happened to be engraved. Thank you, DinkCraft. I was gifted this because I am doing an event coming up and I'm going to be bringing this. And today I'm going to actually set this board up and teach you a little bit about how I make a charcuterie board, because that's something I got into about a year ago. Anyway, this board also has a few things that came with it. I highly recommend. In order to preserve the board, DinkCraft actually has their own butcher block oil, and it just says it's a treatment, and it says you just pour a little on and it helps to preserve it. So it says do it after every use. So I'll even show me doing this today too. And then their newest thing, there's a whole set of really cute cheese knives here. So I'll unpackage these and lay them out with the board so you can see what that looks like too. And then finally, this box is the cutest. Oh, I love these. These are coasters. Aren't they adorable? Got a little pickleball on them and everything. These, while you can use them as a coaster, you can also set, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put little bowls with like extra little things and make my board actually space out and do a little more like grab and go, kind of like little chocolates or something. So I will be using these as well, and they're really, really cute. So this is great. I'm so excited to get this going, and you guys are going to come along for the ride as I teach you how to make a rose and kind of the different ingredients I do for a board. Then I'll pack it all up, save it, and take it to my event tomorrow. So if you're in the Naperville area and you want to come out to the Pickler, well, you'll find me there, and tomorrow I will be there with all the demos, lots and lots of demos. So let's get into this, all right? I know I'm not on a court, but I feel like I'm kind of still coaching. This is going to be how to do a charcuterie board on a pickleball shaped paddle. All right. So this is the medium sized board. They actually have one bigger than this, which, well, I'm going to have to get that one someday because I'm going to put a lot of stuff on this, but just so that you can see. Isn't it cute? These are engraved here in the States, and they came really quickly. So I actually received this yesterday, and the order was placed 2 days before that. So really, really quick turnaround time. If you are in the need of a gift, well, this is a great idea. I have, as someone who made a wedding registry years ago, these are things that when you add that personalized touch, you can get a memory out of it as well. So I know a lot of people who have met their significant others through pickleball. How cute would it be to do this for them with their newlywed married name there? You can add a year if you want. I didn't put a year on mine, but lots of options here. And it's really, really, really nice. You can see that it's just beautiful even to look at. So even if you never actually used this, it's still a great gift. Let's get going. I've got to rinse this off, wash it off, dry it, and then I'm going to start building a charcuterie board. All right. So as you can see, when I put everything out, doesn't this just look great? You have your various knives and things that you can lay out with the board as well. This one's actually pretty decently sharp, so that'll cut through a lot of stuff. here's the coasters in relation to the size of this board. And again, it does come in a size bigger. I've already rinsed this off and dried it, and I've gotten out some of my main ingredients that I'm looking forward to putting out. Again, I've got to not eat all of this, which, how's that possible? But I've got some dill Havarti cheese, some Colby Jack, and then I have some hard salami along with some Genoa, kind of the same. And then this is my favorite cheese. Now, I found this at, where did I get this? I can't remember, because I didn't want the huge block that you can find at a certain big box store. So if you know about what I'm talking about, this is a Manchego cheese, which, by the way, I have an amazing recipe for Spanish mac and cheese that uses this. Oh, is it good? It's a showstopper. Anyway, this one is a really, really nice sheep's milk cheese. It's been aged 3 months, and it's just this tiny little portion, which normally I do a bigger chunk if I'm going to serve a ton of people. But I'm hoping that this is just more for the event tomorrow, just to kind of showcase what we've got here. So I didn't go crazy. Those can run like in the $20 range. This guy was definitely not that. So I'm going to go ahead and start chopping this up, and then I'm going to show you how I kind of work the components, and we'll build some roses, which are super cute too, and we'll decorate this guy up. All right. You can see this is the cheese, and then it comes with a little bit of a wax to it, which is fine. But otherwise, it's beautiful. So as we get into this, that wax popped off easily. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this wax off the end. Okay. So far, so good. And then I'm going to cut myself some rather thin pieces. So I don't remember when charcuterie became a huge thing, such as it is now. I mean, there are Facebook groups dedicated to it and YouTube tutorials, which now I'm going to be joining the ranks of that. But one of the things that I think has made it so fun is how pretty you can make it. So I could certainly just fan these out like that, or I could crisscross them. And then it kind of shows off their shape a little, which is kind of pretty. So that's how I like to do them. So every other one gets crisscrossed like that. Okay. And then you have an interesting little design that can go right on the board. And there's another set. Super duper cute. Here's one that doesn't need cutting, but it goes so well on a board, and I'm going to go ahead and bust it out. It just looks so pretty in its container. There's really not a lot to it. And then you just lift up here. Done. And you can use one of the spreaders here with it if you wanted to. And then that's just going to go live over here. All right, let's make some roses. To do that, you're going to need several pieces of meat. This is the hard salami, which is fine. It'll totally work. And it's almost like it's set up already, but we're going to go ahead and break it out into like about 3 pieces. Maybe we'll do 4. But you want to spread them out a little bit. Okay, and then we'll do 1 more. Okay. So as these are spread out, you're going to kind of stretch them across like that, then fold them in half. And then once they're folded in half, you just want to make sure they're kind of overlapped. There we go. You're just going to start rolling them up. Once they're done, you can kind of fan them out a little, just a little. Oops, that one kind of popped apart. And there you go. That's a salami rose. Isn't that cute? So that can go over on the tray. We'll do a couple more. Sometimes I can do it with just 2 pieces if I want something smaller, which is fine. We'll do a small one here. Fold in half and roll. There we go. That one had a little edge that popped loose. When you do it with just the 2 pieces, it's a lot thinner, but you can still try to shape it a little bit. I feel like the 3 makes it look a little rounder, but still very pretty. We'll do a 3-piece one. 2, 3. Here we go. And I do intend on putting little pepperonis out too, because those are super fun. So we'll get to that next. But you can use whatever cuts you like. You know your guests. So as you're making your trays, I think about like what my friends and family like, and I try to make sure I include that. Okay, and there's another rose. All right, moving right along. Got some little pepperonis here, and these guys make teeny tiny little flowers. So working with them, it's a little more tedious in terms of they're tiny. But it's the same premise. You can still roll them up. They crumble a bit, so I'm going to be using a toothpick to kind of facilitate this. So, and once they're rolled up, oh, it fell apart. Like I said, it's easier said than done. Do a little toothpick surgery here. And then that can go on the board. And it'll kind of be around other things that'll help hold it in shape. So let's do just 3. Do 3 and 3. Try to get that big guy on the outside. There we go. You can get at the deli counter a lot larger pieces of pepperoni, which work too, but I didn't do that this time. I just kind of went for what I had access to on the quick. So these are the pepperoni pieces that my little guy eats. I don't make roses for him. He just goes straight in. So there's another rose. I'll do one more. Get that off of there. Here we go. Bend them up. Roll them up. There's no real right or wrong reason, because this is supposed to be fun and it's not going to last, right? If you did it well, people look at it and go, wow, that's really cute. And then they'll dive right in and start eating. That did not turn out very well, but that's okay. Still looks cute on the board. All right, so I mean, these are some basic cheeses. This is stuff people will eat. So one of the things that I do is, obviously, if I can, make little shapes of some kind, I can. But for these little string cheese bits, I'm just going to kind of chop them. There's still some wax. But anyway, if I just chop these guys up, then I can make little towers, and they're kind of cute. So just chopping some string cheese. And then one of the tips I got to make a board look instantly fancier was, rather than cubing cheese, which I could certainly do, this is Colby Jack. Real simple. It's not super hard. It's kind of soft, but I'm going to chop kind of thicker chops to start. Now, rather than cubing this, I'm going to come back in and I'm just going to kind of like rough crumble it so it has a little interesting shape going on. And that way, when it's on the board, it's not your same old Kobe Jack. So this also, to me, makes people feel like, it's not so perfect. And then, there's no rhyme or reason. This is all cleaned. I cleaned everything and washed my hands. So, and I don't have long nails. Here we go. And you can see just in this kind of crumble technique, it does end up looking interesting. All right, and then that's going to go on the board. There are a few things I'm going to add to this in the meantime tomorrow, but I don't want them to brown. So, for example, I'll put some apples out. Apples and cheese are a match made in heaven. So right now I'm going to put out some dark chocolate covered blueberries. These things are amazing. I love them. And it literally looks like that on the inside. You have to put a bunch out because people will go crazy when they realize what this is. So that's going to go with the tray. It'll be sitting on one of those paddles. Oh my gosh, I can't stop eating it. The other thing I put out were these little pretzel crackers. They're very light. Got a little bubble in that one. And then if you combine it all together, this is really going next level. This is that cheese cracker, and there's a little piece of dark chocolate all together. That's going to be one heck of a bite. Oh my God. So good. These are Gardettos, and they're just the rye pieces, and you can put like a little piece of cheese in it, and the rye taste is so strong and so good. It's just one of those flavors that's super delicious when you bite in. Yep, that's good. Found these at Aldi, and they're little labels that you can write with chalk on and then label what's on your board. And I thought, why not? Let's break into these. They also give you some great board ideas on the back. Finally got into them, so I could go ahead and put that's hard to fit. There's my cheese, and then maybe I just want to label the boursin. Okay, super cute. Now those can go into the board too. All right, so as you can see, we are now set up to host. Thank you again, DinkCraft, for sending me the beautiful board. It's perfect. Came in this box. Thank you for the coasters as well, which are featured right here. These are the cheese knives. This is the oil to help preserve and take care of the board. And then finally, as you can see, I have a whole bunch of things. One of the things that you obviously do with a charcuterie board are the meats and the cheeses. But besides meat and cheese, I have cheese crackers, some like Triscuit cracker type woven wheat crackers. These are those pretzel crackers I talked about. These are Parmesan crackers. Some fresh strawberries, which the kids will attack and eat, so I'll have to do more for tomorrow. You can see the different soft cheese. There's the crumbled. Here's that cheese that I labeled, the Manchego. Here are some pita chips. And then, oh yeah, dark chocolate covered blueberries. Keep those away. I always throw some toothpicks out as well. And finally, I'll add tomorrow some green cucumbers, maybe some celery slices. I'll also add in some carrots and apples. Apples are going to brown, so as soon as I cut them, I'm putting them out. What I'll do is I'll usually tuck them in, kind of like fan them along the sides. Same with the carrots and the cucumbers, just to kind of add a little color and pop going around. But in the meantime, I have to pack this puppy up, store it away, and then get ready to take it to my big event tomorrow at the Pickler, where I coach. So I'm very, very grateful for the chance to show a great product that I'm proud to support. I've had the pleasure of giving people great gift ideas, and I know if people check this company out, go to DinkCraft.com, and you can personalize your gifts and make something really nice for a fan of pickleball and meats and cheese. Thanks for watching.